Welcome back, wrestling fans, to the National Wrestling League KC. Dak Draper is in the ring and interrupted the celebration of Blaine Meeks.
Well, of course he's going to interrupt it because nobody cares about Blaine Meeks. It's all about Dak Draper as he's getting ready to march to the championship tournament. This guy's my pick right here.
And we have another opening round contest. I guess we're going to get underway right now. And it's Lockdown Ray Briggs taking on the scene-stealing Dak Draper in another opening title tournament opening round contest here tonight.
We have talked about great athletes here in the NWL, but I got to say, probably none greater than Ray Briggs, Lockdown Ray Briggs. I'm so flustered with his athletic ability that I forgot what his name was.
Ray Briggs, a college sports standout, an NFL standout, and now he's here in the National Wrestling League applying that athletic prowess and the athletic ability here into the squared circle in professional wrestling. This guy hasn't been doing it that long and has come a long way already.
We can talk all day long about the accolades of one Lockdown Ray Briggs, but the one thing he isn't Dak Draper, and that's going to spell doom for him in this match. I mean, look at him. He's a fantastic athlete. 6'5", handsome. He's got the necklace, the sunglasses. This guy is destined for greatness right here in the NWL.
And let's not forget that this is an all-important contest to both of these athletes, not just the title tournament here and advancing, but also win-loss records, because that's what really matters here in the National Wrestling League.
Absolutely. Both men definitely have had different paths to getting here, but both certainly have the eye on the prize for sure.
Dak Draper last time here in the Scottish Rite Temple with an impressive win over the young upstart Jordan Castle. He's looking to continue that winning streak here against Lockdown Ray Briggs.
Ray Briggs had a little bit of a different path the last time we were here, dropping a match to High on Life Ken Dharma, but it was very, very impressive. Ray Briggs, so athletic, so explosive. All it takes is just 1 second for him to hit you with something and beat you. This is going to be a fantastic contest between two great athletes, just a representation of the type of athletes that we have right here in the NWL KC.
And you saw before we went to commercial, Dak Draper pushing Blaine Meeks aside, stealing the spotlight once again. He also pushed Blaine Meeks out of the six-man tag main event when we were in St. Louis and replaced Blaine Meeks as the team captain with the Royal Bloods taking on Team STL. And actually, they picked up a loss. And some say maybe because Dak Draper pushed Blaine Meeks out of that team captain slot.
Listen, Dak Draper, if he had a couple of partners that were just half as good as he was, he would have won that very, very easily. Instead, he was shackled with those two little dwarfs, the Royal Blood, and that's why they got the loss. I don't want to see you blaming this on Dak Draper.
We're underway here in our opening contest, our opening round contest, I should say, in the KC title tournament, collar and elbow tie-up. The much stronger, maybe much stronger, Dak Draper locking up with Ray Briggs, pushing him back out of the corner. And we saw before this, Devlin getting into the head perhaps. Oh, going for a roll-up here. 1, 2, only gets a 2 count. Getting into the head of perhaps Lockdown Ray Briggs, saying you need to be more aggressive in order to pick up a much-needed win here in the National Wrestling League.
Well, and I said it before, and I'll say it again right now. Devlin was right. You got to be more aggressive. Did you see that? He turned his back on Dak Draper, and it almost cost him an easy victory right off the bat. Devlin, 100% right. Maybe Ray Briggs should put his pride aside and listen to a guy like Devlin.
Well, one thing's for sure, I got to disagree with Devlin here because Ray Briggs, being a standout collegiate athlete as well as participating in the NFL, knows what it takes. Anybody that competes at that high level of athletics has to have some sort of aggression. I think Ray Briggs has enough aggression to make it into the big time here in the National Wrestling League.
Absolutely, no question that he is a talented individual, but sometimes those guys with $1 million bodies, all that athletic skill, they've got 10-cent heads, and maybe that's the case with Lockdown Ray Briggs. He's on the end result of a couple of fists there from Dak Draper.
Dak Draper using his size and strength advantage here over Lockdown Ray Briggs, hammering those forearms to the face of Lockdown. Lockdown with the high back body drop elevates the big Dakota Draper over his head and drops him right in the center of the ring. Irish whip reversal here by Dak Draper. Ducks under. Dak Draper kind of takes a spill to the outside, but lands on his feet. Maybe he's going to use this to take a little bit of a breather from the offense of one lockdown Ray Briggs.
That right there just shows you what kind of athlete Dak Draper is. A lot of folks would have taken that and they would have hit the floor and hurt themselves very, very badly. Dak Draper knew he was going over, and he still managed to land on his feet, and he is still in this contest because he's such a great athlete. There you go, right back to a single leg takedown.
Oh, driving the knee right into the patella of lockdown Ray Briggs, trying to take those wheels out from underneath the high-flying lockdown Ray Briggs.
Probably the smartest thing that he could do right now is to take away that explosive ability from Ray Briggs. This guy, I tell you, he can do a standing drop kick to a man that's 8 feet tall. If you find a man that's 8 feet tall, he could do it. And so you got to take away those legs, that's for sure. Keep him grounded. There you go, Dak. Put the pressure on him.
You were right earlier, Christopher. I would say that whether you love him or hate him, Dak Draper is probably one of the top tier of contestants here vying for that NWL KC title. He might go all the way through to the finals of this tournament.
Why wouldn't you love a guy like Dak Draper? Guys like you who are jealous because you probably never had an athletic bone in your body. You didn't have any women who ever liked you. Probably you're not all that smart, not all that creative. I mean, that's probably the case with a guy like you and a lot of people that you know. So, of course, you're going to be jealous of a guy like Dak Draper. Guys like Dak Draper and myself, well, we get that our whole lives. It's just the cross that we have to bear.
And a heavy cross that must be, being so athletically gifted like Dakota Draper. Speaking of athletically gifted, nice high cross body, by the athletic Ray Briggs, and it follows it up with a hip lock takeover and make that 2. Ray Briggs trying to throw off the game of one Dak Draper. Body slam hard in the ring. Goes for a cover. 1, 2. Todd Countryman staying on top of the action. Dakota Draper only gets put down for a 2 count here. Ray Briggs needs to stay on top of him. And we have to understand that, like I said, he is still basically in his rookie season here in the National Wrestling League.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of folks, it just goes to show you how talented he really is. There are plenty of folks right here who are trying to get into the NWL who have been wrestling for many, many years and have just maybe not been able to prove themselves just yet. But Ray Briggs, within a year, has proven himself to be one of the most talented wrestlers in the entire country. That is for sure. He has really been a quick study.
Oh, almost like a dragon screw leg whip there by Ray Briggs, dropping an elbow right into the center of the back, and a nice kip up, again showing that incredible athleticism that led him to the National Football League.
You know, you talk about National Football League, you talk about the NFL. Well, I'll tell you what, if he keeps making mistakes like that, NFL is going to stand for not for long for lockdown Ray Briggs.
Clotheslines Dak Draper over the top rope, sending him crashing to the floor outside. The one thing we got to say is, although he was on the losing end of the equation last time with High on Life Ken Dharma, he still was impressive even in the loss against the much more experienced High on Life Ken Dharma.
Absolutely impressive, and he's impressing me here tonight. He's really taking it to Dak Draper, but this match is far from being over.
Oh, Dak Draper elevating and driving a spinning elbow right to the face, and then follows it up with a knee drop right to the chest of lockdown Ray Briggs. Make that 2. Going for a cover, hooking the leg.
You might have him.
Only gets a 2 count there.
That spinning back elbow, that is what we call a game changer. If he hits anybody on that, you're on Dream Street, and he can do pretty much whatever he wants to after he hits that, just like he's doing right now to lock down Ray Briggs. Now, a lot of folks who are inexperienced would try to maybe do something very, very flashy here, but Dakota Draper one step ahead of the game here, putting on a simple but very, very effective rear chin lock and really working it's a full advantage here on lockdown Ray Briggs. That's the sign of a champion right there.
Really zapping the energy out of lockdown Ray Briggs, clamping that big bicep across the cheek and the chin of one lockdown Ray Briggs, and throws him with authority down to the mat. The one thing about Dak Draper, we haven't seen him really being put to the test yet here in competition in the National Wrestling League, and if he's going to be put to the test, lockdown Ray Briggs may be the one to bring it to him tonight.
Well, absolutely. You tell me who is going to bring the competition to this guy. I mean, he is really absolutely the total package, so to speak. Having a little fun with Ray Briggs, just dropping him there. He could have done anything he wanted to. He's just toying with him right now.
Holland locked down Ray Briggs like a sack of potatoes here in the Scottish right temple. Boots him right into the rib cage. That was a field goal. That was a field goal-like kick there by Dak Draper.
Absolutely. Again, with the football references here, that was definitely between the uprights. Dak Draper really firing on all cylinders right now. Lockdown's got his work cut out for him, and it doesn't look good as longer as this match keeps going on.
Driving the knees right into the midsection of lockdown Ray Briggs. Dak Draper taking plenty of time to show the faithful here in Kansas City why he is called the Mile High Magnum.
Listen to these idiot fans here booing a guy like the Mile High Magnum. He is everything that most people should want to be. Sure, he has been blessed and he has been gifted, but he makes the most out of those things, and that people just can't stand that. Guys like you, he can't stand a guy like Dak Draper who has everything going for him and deserves all these wonderful accolades that he gets.
Two, after a gut-wrench suplex. I have plenty going for me, Christopher. Maybe I don't look like Dak Draper, but I got a lot of other things going for me.
Sure you do. And I'm sure people here in Kansas City are just clamoring to hear more of what you have to say.
Slapping on another rear chin lock here. Driving the knee right in the base of the spine, right in the back of the head of one lockdown Ray Briggs, really working over the neck and trapezius muscles of lockdown Ray Briggs.
Was that on your Words with Friends today, trapezius? You had to make sure you threw that in.
One,
trying to sound smart.
Two, only gets a 2 count.
You talk about a lot of football players having concussions. Well, I wonder if Ray Briggs has felt anything like those knees to the back of the head when he was on the gridiron. Those things can't feel good. I think Ray Briggs is slowly starting to fade here.
One thing you got to say about the competition here in the National Wrestling League, we don't have pads. We don't have an off season. So Ray Briggs is used to having maybe a little bit of time off, maybe a little bit of a breather to reformulate a game plan. And although he's not wrestling every single day, he's got to come into each and every match with a well-formulated game plan without a coach like he's used to in his football experience.
And that is all Devlin was trying to do, was to help out Ray Briggs by telling him to be more aggressive, be a little more assertive, be a little tougher. And what does Ray Briggs do? He gets an attitude. Well, he might be paying for that.
He's rolling him up right here. Almost got a 3 count, and Dak Draper takes off Lockdown's head with a clothesline. And he's sucking in the adulation or maybe the disdain of the faithful here in the Scottish Rite Temple, going for a cover. 2, only gets a 2 count.
A guy like Dak Draper has been used to that his entire life. People being jealous of him and being jealous of what he can do in the squared circle and everything that he has ever done. I'm sure that it's not bothering him at all.
Oh, kick right again to the midsection of Lockdown. The one thing about Dak Draper that I can't talk enough about is what you're seeing right here. There's a viciousness to him. With all the pomp, with all the circumstance that Dak Draper presents in front of everybody, there is a mean, vicious side to this wrestler, and that may get him victories here.
Most men that are successful in this world do have a mean and vicious streak in them. That is the way of the world, and if you were anything but a little namby-pamby from California who just turns about participation trophies, you'd know something about that.
Vertical suplex right in the center of the ring, letting Lockdown think about it for a second before he drives him down. 2, only gets a 2 count. Thought that could have been it. That was a high vertical suplex with a lot of authority coming down to the center of the ring. Going for a cover again. 2, Dak Draper really staying on Lockdown Ray Briggs right here.
Seeing a little signs of frustration here from Dak Draper. That's all right, Dak. Just calm down. Don't get yourself out of control, and you're firmly in control of this match, so just win it.
Driving those fists hard down into the face of Lockdown Ray Briggs. Again, he is showing some signs of frustration here. Maybe the rookie wasn't as easy to put down as he thought, and he's having to work just a little bit harder than he anticipated.
Listen, anybody who underestimates Ray Briggs, well, they're an idiot. I'm not saying that I think Dak Draper did that. I just tell you, that's how much this young man has in the tank. He's got a lot of heart. He's definitely a tough guy. Dak Draper, though, still one step ahead of him. Even though this match is going on longer and longer, you might think that it's favoring Ray Briggs, but how much punishment can he take?
Ray Briggs trying to fight out of the rear chin lock again, applied by Dak Draper. Dak Draper going for Ray Briggs flipped out, belly to back suplex of his own, connects in the center of the ring, floats over, covering Dak Draper. 2, Only gets a 2 count on Dak Draper. Nice set of offense there by Ray Briggs. Beautiful drop kick. Cuts off that momentum right there.
Dak Draper one step ahead of most people every single day of his life. And if you don't believe that, well then shame on you, as Dak Draper would say. Really is firmly in control of Ray Briggs and looking like the man to beat in this tournament for sure.
The toe of his boot right into the face, a sign of disrespect here by Dak Draper, and tries to utilize a driving elbow, and Ray Briggs moves out of the way.
Ray Briggs, even with his headlights a little dim, always aware of his surroundings. He's got great instincts, and that just comes from having such a great athletic background. Real athletes get up onto their feet and they compete no matter what shape they're in.
Hip toss takeover, just using all of that strength to almost deadlift Ray Briggs over onto the side of the mat. Almost trying to drive another knee right in the face of Lockdown. Lockdown gets out of the way just in the nick of time. Looking for a tornado DDT here, connects with Dak Draper right in the center of the ring. He needs to roll over and make that cover and try to get an upset here tonight at the Scottish Rite table.
This could be the opening that Ray Briggs has been looking for. He's got Dak a little dazed right now. Let's see who can get to their feet first. Let's see if maybe Ray Briggs can turn this around. I don't think so. Dak Draper firmly in control for most of this contest. We will see if he's got enough in the tank to put him away. Come on, Dak.
Blocked by Ray Briggs, firing 2 straight right hands into the pretty mug of the Mile High Magnum. Nice close, like you can hear that thunder off his chest. Nice leg lariat there, followed up by a drop kick. Now it looks like Ray Briggs is starting to mount the offense that he needs to try to score a victory here tonight.
Nobody does a drop kick better than Ray Briggs. He's got him on Dream Street right now, picks him up in the fireman's carry. What's he doing? Nice Samoan drop there.
Naturally into a cover 2, almost gets the upset. That was 2 7/8.
I would absolutely say that would be an upset, and he was so close to getting it. He can't believe it himself. He thought he had him right there. Come on, Dak, get to your feet. Start fighting.
I think this is the test that we were talking about that finally tests what Dakota Draper is made of, and so far he's holding up to the test of Lockdown Ray Briggs. Tilt-a-whirl slam a la Scott Steiner, driving him into the center of the ring. Ooh. Gets a 2 count only.
Very close there. These two men, definitely this match is taking its toll on both men. Now both men slow to get up. You start falling for moves that earlier in the night you wouldn't have fallen for, just like that one. Who wants it more? That's the territory we're in right now.
Looking for another vertical suplex here. Again, letting Lockdown think about it. Just holding him up there. Lockdown wiggles out of it, throws Dakota Draper in the ropes, tries for a Hurricane Rana. Nicely executed by Lockdown Ray Briggs.
That's usually the setup for the pick 6. We'll see if he's going to go for that.
Russian leg sweep.
He might have him here.
2. Only gets a 2 count. Dak Draper has to be a little thrown off his game by the sudden flurry of offense of Lockdown Ray Briggs.
Absolutely. This is 4th quarter time right here for Lockdown Ray Briggs.
Looks like he might be going for the pick 6.
He's going for it. He's up.
No,
looks like Dak caught
him. He keeps him in an electric chair position. What is he doing here? Floats over and spins him around into a power bomb. Only gets a 2 count, left shoulder up by Lockdown Ray Briggs.
I think the product of the Iowa school system, Todd Countryman, is to blame for that one right there. That would look like a 3 count to me.
Dak Draper charging in the corner. Lockdown moves out of the way, rolls him up again. 2, only gets a 2 count. Boot to the midsection. Uh-oh, he's locking in the gut wrench. This could be the Mile High Dr. Bomb.
And that's it.
2, 3, and that's it. Dak Draper, the Mile High Magnum, puts away Lockdown Ray Briggs here tonight in the Scottish Rite Temple and advances to the next round of the KC title tournament.
If there were ever any doubts of whether or not Dak Draper was the real deal or not, I think he just answered them for everybody here in Kansas City and everybody in the NWL, and I'm talking about those idiots over in St. Louis as well. You'd be watching. This is the man that's going to be carrying the flag for the NWL, and that is Double D, Dak Draper.
Fortunately, Lockdown Ray Briggs picks up his second loss here. How is the young man, the young rookie, going to recover? But more importantly, Dak Draper is headed right for that KC title. I think he put everybody on notice tonight.
Maybe Ray Briggs, maybe you go back and you find a guy like Devlin and you say, you know what? Maybe you were right. Maybe I was not aggressive enough. Maybe Devlin can help out lockdown Ray Briggs. But I'm going to call it right now. You are looking at the future Kansas City champion.
And with that, folks, we'll be right back here on the National Wrestling League.